about how you can bring this feeling more into your daily life, how we can bring that into our protests and into this revolution. Because the revolution is really, that's the feeling that we want, right?
Yes. Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes. Yes.
Take a deep breath. Hold. Let it go. Feel the energy. Take another deep breath. Let it go. One more deep breath. Shake your body a little bit. Can I get a woo? Woo! Can I get a woo? Woo!
Can we get that rhythm? I like that one. Can we get that down?
Keep the music going.
Keep the music going, y'all.
Appreciate your words. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you, man.
Hello, hello, hello.
Thanks for dropping
My name is Ray.
I'm here.
On the guitar, on the accordion. I wanted to take a moment to talk about love and what love is, right? I think we've all heard the quote, the saying, love is patient, love is kind, right? And it is. It is both of those things. But I think love is so much more than that as well. Love is also fierce. Love is incredibly strong. Love is elastic. These are powers that aren't often talked about. You hear on the radio so many songs about love. But I think it's a surface level, trivial kind of love. I think we can go a lot deeper. And I want to go a little deeper with y'all tonight.
Yes.
Into this concept, right?
Please.
There's a song, some of y'all might have heard it, by Sade.
Yes.
Soldier of Love. Soldier of Love, right? Let's look at that concept. Someone who fights, but they don't fight out of hate. They're not fighting out of anger. They're mad. Yes, they're angry. They're mad as hell. But there's something else there. And that's that love, right? We're all here for the same reason. We're here because Black Lives Matter. We're here to state that undeniably from the bottom of our hearts and let it be heard from the tops of towers and mountains. That's why we are here. And that phrase, that understanding is predicated on love. It's predicated on love for our Black brothers, sisters, non-binary family, all of us. Us. Because a soldier of love, what a soldier of love does is they see injustice and they see oppression and they say absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely fucking not. We will not stand for this. And so they fight. At the Justice Center every night. We fight.
Every night.
For love. Am I right?
Yes.
That's the source. And when you're out there, when the tear gas is flying, when those bullets are getting sprayed, when the adrenaline is rushing, I want you to dig back. I want you to remember this moment and conjure up that sense of love. Because that can be the engine that fuels your car. That can be the engine, that is the power. There's a metaphor that I like to think of, right? For what we're doing out here. We are recharging our spiritual batteries.
Yes.
Right?
Yep, reclaiming.
We are taking that moment to inhale to exhale, to contemplate, right? Because a soldier of love is also inherently a thinker. A soldier of love is someone who knows why they're out there, philosophically, deep in their soul, because we believe in peace.
Yes.
But the thing about peace is, the thing about equity, is that power will never relinquish itself willingly. Let me say that again. Power will never relinquish itself willingly. And so it falls on the peaceful, the loving, the kind, to be strong. Because in this moment, we don't get to be patient. We don't get to be kind. Because there are forces out there that are counting on that are counting on our weakness, on our passivity, on our gentle nature to oppress, to exploit. That is the lineage of this country. That is the lineage of the world. If you study history, colonialism is not a new thing by any means.
Been happening.
And when it comes from soldiers of hate, right? Oppressing those who love.
Yes.
And time after time, the peaceful, the soldiers of love, us, stand up and we say absolutely not.
Yes.
Say that one more time. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
No.
We will not tolerate it.
No. We have been.
We're done negotiating.
We have been.
We're done writing letters. We're done with education awareness. These are all essential tools.
Being peaceful.
But it's fallen on deaf ears.
Yes.
And now we move to the next step.
Yes.
And that is action. Direct action.
Yes. No,
Action that cannot be ignored. Right? And we have the highs and we have the lows. And right now, this is one of those lows. Not low as in sad or depressed or melancholy. Low as in the dark night of the soul. Am I right? The dark night of the soul. And what that means is,
Joseph Campbell, baby.
what that means is,
Gang? Joseph Campbell, gang,
you
gang.
have to fall. You have to fall into crisis.
Yes.
You have to go deep
Rise
into
of the
the darkest
Phoenix,
parts of your heart, of the heart of the world. You have to stare that pain and that suffering in the
Yes.
face.
How you grow?
And you have to recognize that you are stronger than that.
Yep.
And then, once recognizing that, you have the capacity to return to the world, transform,
Rise of the Phoenix.
right? And this is that moment of transformation, right here.
Yeah, right
Can you
now.
feel it in your body?
Right now.
Seriously, can you
This is
feel
it.
Feel it, baby.
Yeah.
We all just work day jobs, right? We all just lived our 9 to 5, whatever. But it got to a point where we said, we can no longer continue with the level of suffering that is happening in these streets, in this country, and in this world. And so, in order to solve the problem, we had to rise to a higher level of thinking. Not just cognitive thinking, emotional thinking. Because what is empathy? But saying, I see you in your suffering. I would not tolerate it for myself. Therefore, I will not tolerate it for you or for anyone. Right? And that's what allyship is. And that's why I want to thank all of our allies who are here tonight.
Say
Right?
it again. Can you say the definition again? Say it again.
Oh, well, empathy.
Yeah, say it again.
So,
What you chest.
Yeah.
empathy is the ability to see the suffering of others and recognize that you will not tolerate it. Recognize that you would not tolerate it for yourself. And say, so I will not tolerate it for my sister, for my brother, for my family, for my friends, for the person down the street who I've never met before, right? But I have the emotional wit and depth to put myself in their shoes, right? And it's difficult. It takes work because of privilege, right? We're all born with varying degrees of privilege. A lot of folks are born with white privilege in this country. And a lot of the time, people don't really recognize what that actually is, what that means. A metaphor I like to think of to describe white privilege is that you're on a sailboat, right? and this quality, this experience of white privilege, is the wind at your back, propelling you forward. You can't see it, you can't feel it, you can't smell it, you can't touch it or taste it, but it pushes you along. Meanwhile, those who do not have that privilege, those who are oppressed, black, brown, indigenous, people of color, the disabled, the queer, right? All of us, we have wind buffeting against us. And we feel that. We feel that slowing our sailboat. And we see the sharks in the water. And we smell the blood. Right? But because of white privilege, you're allowed to not smell the blood in the water. And I'm not here to chastise. I'm not here to push anybody away. I'm here to recognize and to acknowledge that it does take empathy for you to be standing here today. Because I would be standing here if it were you. If it were me in your place, I would be standing here. So thank you, everyone, for standing here. And I want to say, it's all love. It's all love. Even in the most heated moment, even when you're the most afraid, the most angry, I want you to dig down and reach for that nugget of love in your soul, and I want you to nourish it. I want you to recognize it as a flower that you water, that day after day you cultivate and grow. Because a movement, this revolution, it doesn't just happen. You cultivate it. Every day you work at it, like any relationship, you make it grow. And by showing up night after night like you do in the middle of the goddamn night, we are growing stronger, not weaker, stronger. And we will show to the agents of hate, the administration, the man occupying the White House, the feds, we will show them that soldiers of love always inevitably defeat soldiers of hate. That's what we're going to show them. We're going to show them, y'all. It's all love. It's all love. Remember that. Own that. That is your power. That is your superpower. And I want you to use it. Thank you.
Amen.
Woo!
Ray.
Thank you.
Ray is one of the band leaders for the Frontline Drumline.
Yes.
Stay posted on that. Maybe we could get some music going and continue to stroll a little bit before we wind it down. And if anyone has any testimonials or anything they want to say.
There's also water just ahead of us if you need to grab some on the ground.
Water.
It says when you connect. There you go.
Thank you.
That was my first go.
Hallelujah.
Water and juice?
I can fit it in my pocket. Thank you.
There's also Capri Suns over there, organic ones.
Hey, God.
I was so thirsty. Oops. I'm sorry. I'm not watching where I'm going.
They got organic Capri Suns, y'all. They got them.
He said organic Capri Suns.
It's over for fun and childhood. Everything's organic. I'm gonna have to have a metal straw.
Oh no, I did it.
Everybody get their organic Capri Suns. Because we're Oregonians out here. And we like everything organic. Stay hydrated, y'all. Instead of saying stay thirsty, my friends, stay hydrated.
It's toasty tonight, right? Yeah.
I was waiting everybody to get ready. So
Everybody, I feel like.
it's like Capri Suns,
Fight the power! No justice, Capri's!
Shut your ass up.
I'm head out.
So I'd like to remind everybody.
No, he'll be here all night.
If you have a second. Ooh, right in the face.
You don't mind the spotlight, do you?
These protests are not seasonal. I repeat, these protests are not seasonal.
Yep.
And when you are a black person, you are protesting the day you are born. And we appreciate you guys all being out here. It's very, very peaceful, walking up and down the streets. And part of, in a neighborhood where I sometimes don't feel welcome as a minority and as a black person. But I love how no one has disturbed us. We've kept the peace, we've been therapeutic, and we've stayed together and we've stayed tight. So I want to thank you. Also, all the musicians to the front, please. Come up to the front. Musicians to the front, please.
Yeah, no.
We need you.
Just like the lens.
Are you done with your Capri Suns and water? Love it. So I'm gonna start off a chant, and I love it because it's gonna be like R. Hold on. 1 second. Keep playing that tune, but with no voices, and I'll just start off. One,
You wanna hold this for
2, 3. All
I need
right.
to poke my juice.
It's difficult.
I know, I was trying to just do it anywhere, but you have to do it right there.
Our protests
Thank you.
are not seasonal. 1, 2, 3. Our protests are not seasonal. 1, 2, 3. Our protests are not seasonal. 1, 2, 3. Our protests are not seasonal. 2, 3. Our protests are not seasonal. 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 We're in Halloween too. Our protests are not seasonal. See what Thanksgiving too. Our protests are not seasonal. See you at your rakes and grandmas. Our protests are not seasonal. That includes New Year's. Our protests are not seasonal. What the hell? What about Valentine's Day too? Our protests are not seasonal. 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 Don't forget how to eat this. Don't be there too. Our protests are not seasonal. Man, what about summer next year? Our protests are not seasonal. And next we are season 2. last time. Our protests are not secret. Thank you. We love you. Let's all gather back in the grass. Follow us. Let's calm down a little bit. Our minds are all too, and that's fun. We're all here. We're keeping the peace. We're gonna go back to our therapeutic circle. I like to call this part therapeutic circle time.
With the mosquitoes.
Winding down time. You smoke here all the time? Oh yeah, that's what you all black. So do I. I do too.
Don't blow up the spot. Don't blow up the spot. No, don't blow up the spot.
We just legal. I mean, I'm just saying.
It's so good, right?
It's so good to laugh. Look what I did. I'm just getting away with it. Damn it.
Winding down now.
Focus out. I don't really know what they're talking. Should we do a circle?
That seems spiritual and connected for you. Just circle up around the
Try to distance because pandemic, you know.
You just leave it there.
Okay.
It's probably fine.
We'll also start, we do like a half dome thing because the speaker only faces one direction. Yeah.
You can adjust your circle. It doesn't have to be a full circle.
It's a half dome
Yeah, we can
to this side because of the speaker acoustics. Imagine you care about that, okay? Come on, this side. Just imagine. I just want to say, because I didn't do it, give it up for everyone who put this together, which I think is mostly Paula. Chelsea? Yes? I don't Kinsey? I don't know. I didn't put this together. Give it up for people who did. As far as I know, just this person who puts together amazing events around town frequently. And hopefully will not stop, and you should give them all their support and money if they ever put their Venmo. I wanna trust them for it. Put it on my account.
Holy crap, dude. Man, you still badass. You still here walking, bro. That shit is...
No, it actually feels a lot better today.
God damn. Yo, that's crazy. I just like talked to y'all like a couple of days ago.
I feel like I can...
As far as I know, just this person who puts together amazing events around town frequently. And hopefully will not stop, and you should give them all their support and money if they ever put their Venmo. I wanna trust them for it and put it on my account. I didn't put this together. Give it up for people who did. As far as I know, just this person who puts together amazing.
I do at the end of the night. fuck am I doing? Opening my car. Gas mask. Didn't even need to use this tonight. That's crazy. Didn't even need to use it. Part of me feels like as soon as I leave, shit's gonna pop off down here. I hope it doesn't. I really hope it doesn't, but every time I leave the situation thinking, oh, it was like peaceful tonight and everything's gonna be good. Anytime. Are you on the Instagram? If you are, you can absolutely hit me up. I love to sell my prints. That's something I feel good about promoting.
Authority to revoke their ability to do that, and he didn't until we got a temporary restraining order in place. Like, but I'm sorry, but another one of the demands that I feel like should be appropriate would be to separate the Portland Police Commissioner role from the mayor. I think that should be two separate roles.
Should we elect them both?
Well, it should be elected. It should be elected just like the mayor. And just the same
district commissioners and all that.
Yeah, same with fire and rescue. Like Joanne Hardesty is fire and rescue and city council member. There should be two separate roles as well. Like if we're gonna separate police commissioner, then we should separate fire and rescue.
No, is that normally how it is?
No, not in
How did
Seattle.
he take both positions?
Yeah, not in Seattle. So it's normal here, but it's not normal in other places that I'm aware of. Like in Seattle, they have city council members and then they have their commissioners and they're all separate roles and like they have a unanimous veto-proof vote to defund their police department by 50%. And that vote comes in like 2 weeks and I can't fucking wait because that means they're all gonna come down here afterwards and we're gonna get this Big bro is gonna take care of little bro.
I think there's a certain advantage to like having the like executive bureaucratic power not be with like a separate executive. Because like look at what Donald Trump can do with the DHS because all that shit's just under the president.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And like they authorized the president to create it, but now it's just like all activist fiat whim basically. And like these bureaucracies have more power than like the legislative representatives. And I kind of like the fact that Ted Wheeler can't fucking worm his way out of like his role in not fixing the homelessness is intimately tied to his role in how he uses the police. It's like Corey Daly got made the head of the fucking Transportation Bureau, even though she doesn't know anything about transportation. She admitted this in her fucking re-election campaign, but has been ticketing the federal government every fucking day.
It costs $400,000 tonight.
Yeah.
It costs
Every 15
$400,000.
because they're illegally blocking off the street without a permit. And you know what's funny is Ted Wheeler could use the Portland police to guard the Bureau of Transportation while they're tearing this fence down. So how come our mayor, who represents us, doesn't do that?
Okay, do you know how much fucking black police are doing if they really came down here and like...
It'd be really difficult.
Well, I mean,
what are we gonna do? Complain at them for doing the thing we've been trying to do for months? That would be a brilliant PR move. That's what I would do if I was Ted Wheeler.
It would be brilliant.
Give them what they want, don't change it. Give them what looks like what they want and don't change the system. That's what I'd do if I was Ted. Throw them some fucking crumbs and get them to go home.
Yeah, get this fence out of here.
Yeah,
Okay.
make all the moms go home. Win back the crowd.
How do you feel about Sarah? I am around.
mean, I don't know. She was like, I don't know, like another white lady doing the thing. I think she should have stepped down for Teresa, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
That's just
I
one guy's
totally agree.
opinion.
So here's
this
my.
This is also why I don't trust them. This is why we need revolutionary socialism, not democratic socialism. Because democratic socialism is like jump away from the liberals. And the liberals are not going to save us. They collaborated with Hitler last time. And they only showed up when the Marvel movie thing happened. Like, we need to be out there the whole time whether we were getting attacked.
No, I totally agree. So here's my thing with Sarah, which is what I'm saying for white liberal Portland, is that, like, so I think that the best option would be to either keep Ted Wheeler in office, because we already have his feet to the fucking fire. Like, if he were to go back on anything, or to not try to make changes, or to if he were to fucking breathe, we would light him up. Like, his feet
he
are.
He tried to have a little PR moment and got fucking literally booed.
He literally got lit up.
Got booed out of the fucking thing.
He literally got lit up.
So he
got tear gas right
there.
over here. He got tear gas, but he didn't get tear gas by PPP. He got tear gas by the feds.
Yeah, so you can blame it on the feds.
So he can blame it on the feds. PR move and a half. Photo op in a fucking half.
But then he answered questions and
and then he ran into the city hall.
Out by black people who have been out and they were like, we're done here, and then ran him away. It was fucking hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah,
so here's the other thing.
Great.
Ted tried to surround himself with token black people as his security guards, so that way he wouldn't be called out for having like a security thing. Which, I mean, who the fuck is dumb enough to think that he won't have security walking into this crowd? None of us.
Been shouting "fuck Ted Wheeler" for months.
And the fact that he chose like 6 token black guys to be his security as undercover.
That no one had ever seen, who had never been to any of the protests, and everyone immediately recognizes Ted's muscle.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, who are these guys? Have you seen these dudes any of the other 52 nights?
Yeah.
No. So who are they with? Ted.
And so he runs off into City Hall over there, and they like shove people out the doors and like fuck you, and all the security guards go in and like, nice fucking photo op, Ted.
Good try.
Gas me harder.
Good try.
Jesus.
Good try, Teddy.
But my other thing is that, so we should either keep Ted in office and fucking burn him, or ride at Teresa. Like,
I'm gonna end up riding in Teresa.
I'm riding in Teresa too. You can't vote here. You vote here.
Riding campaign so
Teresa Rachel, the founder of Don't Shoot PDX. She's been in this community for 20 years, doing things for the houseless community, for black communities. She's the one who started the prepared training for the tear gas, and then eventually got the impact munitions for and CSL.
We need more of like people who are doing the jobs because they fucking care. Not just
Exactly.
because they want
And she hasn't even had, like, the main reason that, so she was on the primary ballot, but she ran against 2 white people who ran on money. And we live in a very white city, and so you had all these white and so it's also, have a great night. See you
All right, a little field trippers. Democracy field trip. PDX, day 64. Finally got a win. The fence line just started going again. At the door. It was probably fucking RX. It's like, come on guys. We've been quiet for too long. It's 2 in the morning. It's time to chant again. Give you guys on the walk up the hill. Man, I could have parked way closer tonight. They didn't even fucking run people around. Oh. My wife says I've done a good job, so I can come home. My wife's a smart gal. She knows things. I also like doing the selfie on the walk, because then I can keep a look behind me and make sure nobody's fucking gonna come jump me or nothing. Man, this car has the shittiest muffler I've ever heard in my life. Like, it sounds like a Harley or something. They need to get their fucking... They need to get their catalytic converter checked.
Be here. They shouldn't even be here, so they shouldn't even have a voice.
No,
the voice should be represented by us.
But another thing is that children, that's such a subjective term. There's so many grown-ups here that are fucking children.
Look at this shit. The dude who hit me was an adult. The dude who hit me, because it all started when they were like in a doorway. The person was sitting Indian style and face down on the concrete. You know how knocked out you got to be that flexible. He was knocked out and they were stomping him, killing him. And so I tried to separate them. They jumped on me and my lady. They're kids, so me and my lady trying to walk off on their front. It's all good. They're girls snatched my lady down. They were fighting. I'm trying to pull them off, and an adult dude came up and cheap shot me. Babe said he got a running start and hit me, and he got a good one. He knocked my vision loose for about 24 hours. My vision was like this. I was fucked up, you know. And so there are adults protecting him. There is something behind the lining. It's not just a bunch of crazy kids. There's something going down.
No, it's true, but at the same time, like what I'm saying is that if you're representing, like it's like the 1% and the 99%, right? Like you can. Humanity is in a way that like I get the fact that, like, you know, things are rigged in one way or another financially, but generally you spread the wealth.
Yeah. That's probably one of their supporters there, because he's dashing around here in confrontation. Because they're down there trying to fucking stop the shit. I bet you're gonna jump somebody else. When I was walking back here, they had just jumped somebody and stole this shit.
You gotta stop being a smart ass and get home and like nobody that you know is around. Like if you're around, like, you know, like if I see you, then it's one thing. But like here's the thing, like I've been in situations where I've said some gnarly shit to some people because they've threatened or not. I don't care if they talk to me in a racist way. If they're threatening my job in terms of the genuine way I represent, I'm gonna fucking go off on them. And there's been some cases where I've just like lashed out on people, and her even if she's not been here, her voice has been in the back of my mind, and I still have gone out on it. And
so what do you say? I should be a little cooler headed?
No. Like as long as you have people around you.
I will never, bro. I have never.
No, but
I will never.
Like I'm talking about, like there are people that at least respect you. If you have people that respect you,
but see, that's
a big crush.
But as you can see with this and this, it can become a war. People who respect you don't stand behind you all the time. So I don't care about the people who respect you. It's a big war zone, and the people who respect you don't like you. So I'm not going to worry about the people who respect me, because even the people who respect me.
No. But here's the thing, though. It's important that you understand that there's a bigger platform for your voice.
Yeah.
Where you don't die in the street corner and corner.
Thank you for that.
You know what I mean?
My girl told me that, so
Like I just want you. I'm gonna speak the truth.
That's real. That is real.
Right?
Strategic, you know.
It's you gotta pick your fights, man. And sometimes,
you've got a voice and you
like I do the same thing. That's what I'm saying. You know, like she's somebody that will stabilize me more than I can't do it on my own.
Yeah.
But I just want you to know that, like, you have a fucking voice that I don't respect a lot of people in terms of the intellectual capacity of people, and that's the biggest compliment I can give you. That being said, don't fucking waste.
You're right. You're right.
Or save it. You've got to guard it with a precious.
really got a gun to be riding around like that. He's trying to intimidate right now. Come right back around. He's trying to intimidate right now. Look at. You see what's happening? This shit is fucking laughable, bro. Look, they about to jump somebody else. They're gonna jump someone else. That must be their leader right there. Okay, I'm gonna say this, guys. At least we hear some more chanting going down where the movement's supposed to be. We do hear some chanting going on down there. So maybe the movement is, maybe people are starting to be more down there. I'm about to go.
Like, I mean, this shit aside, I heard so many articulate voices tonight that we haven't been hearing all the time.
Yeah.
You know, like people, and there was a lot of contention that we had, a lot of people were disagreeing.
Small dick energy. Small dick energy. You hear that, guys?
Yeah.
From the lady's mouth. Go ahead, show them.
I'm gonna show this to you guys.
Let me tap it.
Make sure.
Back up a little bit, boom. There you go.
Make sure to take a screenshot or it's SPEK.
Read it backwards to people.
Oh shit, it's backwards. Yeah, SPEK TRALINKFILMS. Follow us on Instagram because we've been doing this for 60 days. And we're still going, and we've been working like 15 to 20, like, honestly I sleep 4 hours a day. We both sleep very little in following this movement. So, and we're looking to, we've been talking with representatives of Netflix.
Yeah, good shit, I hope so.
Hoping to get something that's worthwhile and this bullshit that's been going on.
Real quick, I do want to hear what you had to say.
Oh, no, what I was going to say is that tonight there were so many articulate voices that were actually in the crowd. There were a lot of people that weren't agreeing or had different stances, but there was dialogue and like people were talking about like what they actually wanted, like the demands that they had, and also what they disagreed on, and that was something that was inspiring because some of the times that we've been out here, we hear a lot of people kind of like chanting or standing behind like ideologies, but I'm like, well, let's talk about this shit. Like, like, what do you actually want to do? You know, like, what, like, if we, like, what does this actually look like? What are the next steps?
Yeah. When did you guys come here? Did you hear tonight?
Like 10.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you this, and I want y'all to hear this too. I'm gonna tell you this. I was down here about 5 o'clock. The police had taped off the entire park, both parks.
And we were here earlier today, around maybe 1, 2 or something.
And so look at our demands were from some of the groups out here. Our demands were to clean up the park, restore the bathrooms, and take down that statue. Today, the park was closed off because they took down that statue, cleaned up the park, and gave us porta potties. So I need everyone out here who's standing for justice and standing for the police to act right, to at least take the very small, minuscule pieces of effort they are doing into accountability. Give them accountability for that, because they did block off the park today to clean it up, restore bathrooms, and to take down that statue. They did, real quick, and that's what they did do today.
Yeah.
And see, a lot of these people don't even notice that shit.
Like, people want there to be a lot of changes happening in the police department, and a lot of those changes have to come higher up.
Yeah, they don't even know about it.
A lot of them have to come higher up from the police because they're, you know, they're acting within the system that is built, etc. But also, what are the actions that would make people see that they are making a change? You know what I mean?
That was a good faith, because we read the article. Listen, me and my lady read the article last night where they said they were going to do that, and they used in the article as a show of good faith. That's verbatim what they said. So they did that as a show to the protesters that we are going to clean up the park, we're going to restore bathrooms for you guys, and we're going to take down the statue you guys want. It's a show of good faith, okay? And also, the governor of Oregon did order that the military leave tonight. Tonight is their last night here. So
that was last night.
No, it was tonight. It's tonight. Tonight's Thursday. Today's Thursday, right? Today's Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's tonight. Tonight's the last. Tonight's the last night. They were supposed that you may have, because I thought they were going to leave last night because I heard they were leaving today. But tonight's the last
Well,
night.
here's another thing. Like, I don't know if you saw the fishy. It sounded, not to create conspiracy, but it sounded. I was here. I was like right up front when Ted Wheeler was talking.
Yeah.
There was a bit of a fishy sense of like something was going on.
Like a trap.
Almost like he had a couple. I really don't want to even say this, but like it felt like it was a little staged in a certain way.
I think so. Because if you, I don't know how close you guys were when he walked in. He walked in by himself.
I did. Yeah.
Okay, and he is listen. He is a delegate. Okay, there's actually blessings upon you. Blessings. Thank you so much. Listen. So when you delegates of all time have private security, he came in by himself. So that means. He had to order, someone had to order his security to not come through.
Okay, so here's the thing, like, to tell these guys, he was in the corner of the Justice Center. There's a big movement going on, and it was a sea of people.
Yeah, I was there that night, yeah.
That was the biggest crowd I've ever seen here.
Yeah.
He finally walked over to the crowd, and then these guys welcomed him to let him say all this stuff.
And no one would let him talk.
But then they did. And then there's one black guy that jumped up and he said something, and when he said what he did, they didn't give him the mic anymore. And people started shouting like, "Who are you? Who are you?" to the organization that was there. And then after that, Ted Wheeler left, and all the people that had the mic and all that stuff left with him. That seemed extremely fishy. That being said, another thing is like, it's interesting because we've been here.
Yeah, speculative. Yeah.
We've been here for.
Blessings to you. I love each one of you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, man, sir. Remember, it's up to us for this shit. Okay. Remember, we got to keep this. Let's keep this movement correct. Let's keep it correct. All right. I love you, my man. Blessings upon you. Thank you. Infinite blessings.
And the thing is that we've been here for 60 days now, right? I've been here for 60 days, and she's been here a little less than that. But everything that has happened here, and we know not to be judgmental on one thing or another, because
that's my problem.
Here's the thing, though, that man, like, you have to sacrifice your opinions as a journalist.
You're right. Yep.
And a lot of people here don't do that. Yeah. And that is the problem with journalism and news media and everything. You don't sacrifice. Everybody's like is defending their points of view rather than reaching to the other side of the aisle.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Right, and if you don't.
I said this earlier tonight, but there is so much of like when someone has a voice and they're saying one thing, if anyone dissents with it, then it's like you're not on our side. And it's like, well, wait, let's talk.
You know
about
how many?
it. Like,
there's so many groups being
like
formed
what
too.
like what are the sides? Like I keep like I mean even in like on like this side or the other side, and like the other side just seems so incomplete. Because it's not like
no matter what side,
clear.
no matter what side, it's incomplete because you know what the complete side is the people, and that's the problem.
And that's what today we. Extremely powerful footage.
I do that.
Oh my god.
You see, professional.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm wrong.
Look at this guy's ego.
It's super big, bro. It's protected me.
I
get it. I know. You're exactly right.
No, I mean I carry the same mentality. It's more of a coping mechanism than like a real true.
You've been to a lot of places. It's super spinning. Yeah. I've been to a lot of places too. That's where it comes from. It comes from a confidence.
You're confident in what you believe in. At the same time, you want to protect yourself because you believe in it.
Yeah. You also recognize the traits of man, and you understand.
like anywhere ever.
Well then, what are we even talking about then?
That I think the change they made is good.
No, the change is absolute dog shit.
Good.
Oh, it's a West Coast. But no, they pretty much essentially made it so vampire is just a niche fucking role-playing thing again. Before, people were only vampires just for the passives. Now they're not even a vampire for the passives. You're just not a vampire. There's literally like, I can't see any positives to being a vampire now. Like, I literally see 0 positives to being a vampire outside of role-playing.
Definitely another breach here, mate. First rule of finding rifts in time, always check the creepy, decrepit towers first.
Stay woke! That fucking name. Wookie Wiener. That's a good name. That is a good name. Ah. It's kind of ironic that the vampire expansion is when they kill vampirism. Yeah. I mean, I can understand them wanting to tone down Blood for Blood. Like, I honestly think they should have nerfed Blood for Blood's damage and then left, you know, still being able to be healed by your allies. I don't think it is fair that Blood for Blood was doing more damage than any other spammable and also didn't cost magicka. I think it should be a trade-off of your spammable does less damage, but you get more sustain. You know? That should be the trade-off.
There you are. Excellent. The scryers, from what the lore map...
Like, it should do less damage than other spammables, but you gain sustain because you're using health instead of magicka for your spammable. The best is like when you're reading on the forums. They're talking like, yeah, so they nerfed Blood for Blood because it was overperforming. The funny thing is the only way they're seeing that it's overperforming is on fucking parsing target dummies. And the Blood for Blood changes isn't gonna affect the parsing target dummies at all. You're still gonna be able to use it for parsing. Like, it's still probably gonna be the best thing for parsing. So the target dummy humpers are still gonna have it. And then the people that are actually using it in actual combat, it's not gonna work. Man, my sinuses are starting to drive me nuts. How many event tickets do I have? Did I spend mine yesterday? Yes, alright. I do need to make sure that I remember to go do my event stuff. Actually, I could probably go do that right now, couldn't I? I do have Accelerate. Let's grab that. We'll just ditch fucking that for now. You won't see anything but Nightblades and Necros in endgame for a bit. I don't know. I think you'll still see Sorks. Mag Sork's really not getting that hard. I think, from what I was reading anyway, the Crystal Fragments nerf is only on the hard cast of Crystal Fragments. The proc damage has only been reduced by like 0.1% damage. So Mag Sork is still going to be fragging.
Yes, I do.
It's just hard casting Crystal Fragments is going to be, you know, even worse. With the change to the Asylum staff, you might actually see DKs make a comeback. Magicka DKs. At least one Magicka DK in a group might be making a comeback. Maybe. Yeah, DK sustain is it's no good. Cornflower. So my take on Ashes of Creation looks good, man. Looks good. Too bad it's still who knows how long out. No, I just missed it. Damn. If only I hadn't taken that wrong turn at Albuquerque. Well, here's the thing. Even with the sustain issues that the current DK build has, it still is the most damage. Like, if you like change your rotation or swap out skills and stuff so that you have better sustain, then you're losing damage, even with the sustain issues. Was that the group boss? It was. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I didn't have too many issues weaving in heavy attacks with my my Mag DK, because most of your damage is coming from dots anyway. So I really wasn't losing too much damage by weaving in a couple heavy attacks. And I actually did change one ability on my DK's rotation. I switched the stupid Talons. I switched the Talons for Equilibrium. Well, the morph of it. And then I would make sure I cast that before every eruption, because eruption costs like 6k magicka. So you can cast Equilibrium, which gives you magicka back and reduces the cost of your next ability by 50%. And that seemed to help out my sustain a lot without losing too much damage, because then I was getting more spammables. At least that's what I found with my DK. Are there more buddies in here that I just missed? All right, I think I remember this one. I think there's two bodies like right over here, right next to each other.